college students. You know, just kind of do a healthy debate, just kind of discuss the issues within the film and also that surround the film. So before, what we're going to do is I'm going to introduce the panel, and then we're going to watch. How many people have seen Django Unchained? Great, awesome. So we're going to introduce the panel, and then we're going to watch 2 clips from the film, and then we'll get straight into the debate. Okay. All right. First, we have Tataria Stokes. She is an actress here in the CSRA. We have Xavier Beard. He Photog at NBC 26. My bad. Sorry. And this is Shazine Coral. She is a NBC 26 personality. We have Matthew Williams, good old friend. You work at ASU, right?
Well, I can't help high school.
Oh, Helston High School. Okay, all right. She's at Helston High School. We have Brandy Lee. She's a former ASU student, and she works at NBC 26 as well. And then we have my man Kim Makeley. He works down at the Metro Courier, and he's also a really good friend as well. So we have these people here. Everybody give them a round of applause for participating. All right, so we're going to go ahead and watch the 2 chapters that I want you to see. The first thing we're going to watch, we're doing first. So we're going
to do the Mandigo fight.
Okay, we're going to do Mandigo fight scene first, so we'll take a look at that.
And you know, y'all said y'all seen it before, so
some people have
it's a little, if you haven't, it's a little boring. Can everybody see? Yeah. One of them was like,
so we're going to do the second scene that we're going to show you guys is the scene where the man is being chased by dogs. So that'll be the second scene that we're going to watch. So, that's where it finds that.
for you. When I pay you $500 and I expect to get 5 fights out of you before we roll over and play dead. I don't understand. I'm running a business here. You fought 3 fights.
I won every one.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. But that last one, you muddled the line between winning and losing.
So the fact remains, I'll pay $500. I want 5 goddamn fights. So what about my $500, huh? What about my $500? You gonna reimburse me?
You even know what reimburse means.
Huh? I'll reimburse you.
You will?
Yep.
You pay $500 for practically a one-eyed old Joe ain't fit to push a broom?
No, he won't. He just tired of your toying with us all. Matter of fact, so am I. But we ain't paying a penny for that picnic. Ain't got no use for him. Ain't that right, Doc? You heard him?
You're gonna have to excuse Mr. Stoneside's slack-jawed gaze. Ain't never seen a nigga like you ever in his life. Ain't that right, Mr. Stoneside?
That right.
That man. Don't have I. Now, seeing as you won't pay a penny for this picking in here, you don't mind me handling this nigga any way I see fit.
He's your nigga.
Mr. Stonesider? That Marshall and the bitches send Octane to nigga heaven. Boss looks a little green around the gills with blood sport like nigga pie.
Nah. He just ain't used to seeing a man ripped apart by dogs, is all.
You are used to it.
I'm just a little more used to Americans than he is.
Oh.
Now, Monsieur Candy, whenever you're ready, we roll 5 hours so you can show off your style. Let's get to it. Because as of now, if he's an example, I ain't impressed.
Follow me.
So, now seeing that, like I said, we have 5 questions. How this is going to work tonight? We have 5 questions that I am going to
I didn't do it.
I have 5 questions that I want to pose to the panel tonight. And how it's going to work is one person will argue for the answer, and then it'll like be pro, they're for the answer, and then one will argue against it. And then we'll give the audience opportunity to kind of comment on what they said. They'll respond to whatever you guys have to say. So we're gonna keep it light. Again, let's be respectful. Everybody has different opinions, but everybody's opinions do matter, even though we disagree. So let's just be respectful of each other. It's gonna be fun, but at the same time, it's gonna be very educational. So I hope you guys are excited, and we are about to begin the Django Unchained debate. All right. So the first question: One of the arguments surrounding the film is that it wasn't really depicting what really happened during those times. So do you feel that Django was supposed to reflect actual events so that you could get a glimpse and understand what really happened? Or are you supposed to just watch it and view it just as a movie and forget about the things that may seem unrealistic? So who wants to argue that point that it should actually be real events?
I'll go first if nobody else is on.
Okay, Brandy.
So upon first coming back to tell the department saying that I thought that it was recorded, I think that the movie was supposed to depict real life merely because when you go into the theater to see Twilight, or you go into the theater to see Harry Potter, you know you're going to go see somebody with a witch, a broom, or a wolf. Okay. And you understand that that's not real life, and that's a part of the fun. However, when you're going to go see a movie, it's sort of like reading a book. And the reason why you get lost in the pages and lost in the stories is because you feel like you're there. And you feel like that it could be realistic. So because it seems like it's not depicting real life, that's a part of what did me in. That's a part of what took away the experience of being able to enjoy it because it seems so historically inaccurate.
All right. Anybody want to go challenge her opinion on that? All right, man.
The way I look at this movie, of course we know it takes place during slave times. And the thing about it, when I look at it, I thought it was a perfect comparison. Focusing on the accuracy of the slavery in this movie is very similar to focusing on the accuracy of the Titanic in the movie Titanic. Anybody who's seen Titanic before knows that it's really not about the boat. What slavery is in this movie is a backdrop, and I feel like the entire film is really a metaphor for something that's not even related or on a tangent related to real slavery. So I don't feel that for the message that the director was trying to convey, it was necessary for them to have an accurate depiction of slavery. As a matter of fact, the things that were too accurate, it may have actually distracted from the message he was trying to get across.
All right, cool. Anybody else want to make comments, Janine?
I wanted to add to that, and I also think that first we have to think about what Django is. It is a movie, it is a work of art, and it is entertainment. So its purpose is to, one, entertain, and then we also have to think and look at the person that is creating the art. Art is a freedom of expression. So he being a writer, he creating that movie, that is what he thought, that is what he saw, or the picture that he came up with his mind, and he created that. So I don't think it's a matter of whether or not we think that it should just be watched or whether it should be accepted as accurate history. I think what we need to do is think about the person's art that we are watching and realize we are going to see a movie, and this is what he depicted, this is what he created, this is what he gave us to enjoy. And I think if you keep that in mind, he's someone that is known for vivid depiction. He is known for his graphics. So if we go with that in mind, I don't even think the question would be.
All right. Anybody else? Ken?
I actually can identify with both viewpoints. I'm not trying to straddle the fence here. First of all, I think you just have to look at the movie in and of itself. It's a spaghetti western. It's a movie, when you look at the history of spaghetti westerns, you know, it's more of a comedic, more of a playful thing. It's not something that that you look at that you don't relate seriously. That being said, Mr. Tarantino introduced slavery into what's supposed to be comical, and understanding that slavery is still a very sensitive topic, particularly to African Americans. I mean, even today, when you introduce something like that, you're gonna have those type of contrasts, and I think that's by design. I think Mr. Tarantino simultaneously wanted to really shock people and really jar people with that violence, but in a way, and as we've seen, you know, commonly with Tarantino films, he does it really in a way to kind of desensitize us to that violence. So you have that comedic element, but you also have a very serious element.
Anybody in the audience want to pose a question or say something to what you guys said? Ashley?
I know that some people were talking about stuff that's inaccurate historically. Like, in your opinion, what are some examples to you that you feel that Brandy in particular,
She said that because we had this conversation.
that you felt was an inaccurate depiction?
Can I?
Yeah.
Okay, well, with Matthew's perfect example of the Titanic, you're absolutely right. Nobody looks at the ship and it's like, oh my gosh, look, you can tell that metal was made in the 1900s. But if Rose would have been like, oh, hold on, let me text Jack and tell him to meet me at dinner, you'd be like, I'm sorry, what? Like, y'all have on corsets and these top hats and all this stuff, and you're talking about how your cotton field is the reason why you're there. You understand that that's supposed to be in that time period. And if she would have busted out her cell phone or her iPad, you would have been like, man, that movie's garbage because, like, it doesn't even make sense for them to have that in there. That being said, I believe, and this obviously is an opinion now, I thought it to be fact, that when people grew up on plantations and when people grew up and born into slavery, there was a certain form of respect that you had for your master, be they a light-skinned black person or be they a white person. And because it seemed like Jamie Foxx with ease had conversation with these white people, like I did it all the time, and that just seems so historically inaccurate to me. Like, he shouldn't even be looking him in the eyeballs. According to the textbook, when you learn about history, that didn't really happen. You didn't talk to people like that. You weren't just, so willing, even, they haven't shown it yet, but when Samuel L. Jackson is talking to his master, and he's like, you didn't meet me out here, it's like, whoa, boss. I don't think that that's accurate to say that someone would have talked to their slave master like that. This person feeds you, they make sure you have something to eat, allegedly they're taking care of you, but they beat you. They rape your mothers, your sisters, your aunts. I don't understand how he would be able to so freely be able to trust someone and so freely be able to have a conversation and look them in the eye. That just seems historically inaccurate to me.
I'm kind of tied in between both. It can be historically accurate, but will anybody in this room ever know? We never been in that situation. We have to go what's in textbooks and what we go what's in movies. And I was always brought up, what happened in the past, they only want to put in what they want you to know. So I can't necessarily say that necessarily did happen. I can't necessarily say it can't happen. But if we all know the Tarantino movies, Pulp Fiction being an example, it was basically showing the serious side to it as well, but also showing, a comical relief to it as well. And, it's kind of like, I'm kind of indecisive about it. So, that's why I'm kind of stuck in between the two because, I would never know the real truth of what really happened if I wasn't there.
Quentin Tarantino, like what you said, he's an artist. And I feel like, would the picture have made that much emphasis without him doing it the way he did? Like, Hostel, he did Hostel, right? Okay, like with Hostel, he made Killing look, I can buy you for $50,000, I can get a Mexican for cheaper than anybody else. And so it's just like, he's painting a picture. It's still accurate. It's accurate in some ways. I mean, there's still slavery in the thing, but would he have made as much of an emphasis if it were you go in and you saw a regular slave movie, he's running, they're picking cotton, yes master, no master, and it's just like, I can watch Color Purple for that. Would it have been the same thing? Would it have made that much oomph if he didn't put that, I need to talk to the master right now, in a room? What?
Sorry.
Well, I kind of agree with him kind of being in the middle on some of the issues surrounding this. But kind of in reference to just the accuracy of the film, it's not a history film, it's not a documentary, so I understand as far as that he's